It's been a little while since I've jumped on here. Oh gosh, just trashing the joint. Yeah, thanks for bearing with me a little bit. People have been waiting for the next vlog. I have, been back from England for a little while now, a few days, and it's kind of taken it out of me a little bit more than I was expecting. The trip was a bit different than I was thinking it was going to go. And the reason I went down there was obviously it was quite stressful and sad and things. Anyway, we're back, and it's been the most beautiful few days actually, weather-wise. So I'm going to we're staying fairly local today. Sorry, that's snorting at me. We're staying fairly local. We've been staying quite local, just cocooning back into being back in Scotland. I cannot tell you how happy I was to get back to Scotland. It was a reminder. I kind of expected it, but going back into England was a little bit of a shock of just how busy it is and the different way of life. It was fine. It was fine. Seeing family was good, and friends. I caught up with a really good friend of mine who I haven't seen for a while, and that was lovely. It's always lovely. One of those friends you just don't have to think about seeing, you know. It's like you saw each other yesterday. So that was great. But yeah, I am so glad to be back in Scotland. So yeah, we are just keeping it local today. I'm going to try and go to some woods that my friend Jess and I went to fairly recently. It's really pretty, and take you along for that one. This is why I love Scotland so much. I was just bringing Bert out. It's the most beautiful day. It's really cold, but really sunny. Sorry, I don't look overly presentable. I haven't had a shower yet since walking this morning. And I was going to go to a different woodland, but I got a bit lost. Anyway, I've just stumbled over the most beautiful ruin of a church, and it is so peaceful, and the countryside is so stunning. It's just in the middle of nowhere. I've just read a sign saying it's like a scheduled monument, so obviously it's protected and everything. But yeah, I'll show you around. It's so gorgeous. Hope no one feels like this is insensitive. Filming. It would have been an old church, but it's very much a ruin. It looks like it has been for a very long time. I won't take any footage of the graves or anything like that. It's just very beautiful. I had no idea it was here. I don't actually know what it's called. A lady just came in that we were talking to. I should have asked her. She seemed to know a bit about it. But yeah, just look. It's been the most beautiful few days. I got back from it's the inside of the church. Just stunning. But yeah, no, I got back from Somerset a couple of days ago now. And it's just been the most incredible weather. Yesterday was very spring-like. It felt like the birds were tweeting. It felt like spring was on its way. But today is cold. It was -4 when I first woke up this morning. Very beautiful day.
So I don't want to film the actual graves, but where I am is somewhere called Codder, and there's a castle here, and this is obviously the old church, I guess, to the castle grounds. Anyway, there's the kind of main church graveyard area, and then there's a separate bit, which is the bit with the amazing bull statue in it. And there's some graves there, and I think that obviously one of them is the old Earl of the castle, and I think maybe two. The other one was a baron. And then the last grave is for the chef, who was the he was the chef at the castle for 33 years. I just thought it was really lovely that they've buried the chef with the old earls of the property. I should probably read up on the history a bit more, but yeah, I love things like that. What a great discovery. It's so peaceful here. Beautiful sunshine. Birds having a lovely time in the leaves. I'm slowly getting back up to speed after my mammoth drive earlier this week.
Hello. So awkward just saying hello to a camera. Hi guys. Yeah, it's been a few days since I went to those ruins, which you would have just seen. So beautiful. So yeah, like I said, it's so funny that I always thought I was quite good at planning, and I am good at planning, but I also just love going off on a mission and an adventure and seeing where I end up. So it was nice to stumble across somewhere where I wasn't expecting. Anyway, since I've been back, I was reading up about the ruins, and I found this really good website called Outlander, the Past Lives Experience. And it says, it's got a really good page all about the ruins. So it was called St. Barravens probably. St. Barravens. And it dates back to the 13th century, which is so cool. I'm not a kind of big history nerd, but I just find things like that so amazing. So yeah, it says that the church dates back to the mid-13th century. Sorry, I'm reading this off of my phone. And it is situated near Codder Castle and served as the Codder parish church for over 300 years until the present church of Codder was built. Burials have taken place here from its earliest beginnings to the early 20th century. An iron bell from the church is held in Codder Castle. So that's quite interesting. So I've seen Codder Castle. It's quite close to where we are. And but I need to go to the castle, so that would be good to see that. It said the church was no longer used from 1619. It was made into a scheduled ancient monument in 1972, with the churchyard being included in 2001. And then it says the graveyard contains a strength testing stone. So that's that sphere that I was talking about. It just looked so beautiful. So yeah, a strength testing stone called the Clan's Putting Stone, which rests beside a stone coffin. You'll see the large stone, and if you feel up to it, you can try and lift it. So that's very cool. So there's a bit of history about those ruins. But yeah, since that day, it's all been a bit miserable and drab, but it is beautiful today. So I've got some things I need to do in Inverness. So I'm going to head to Inverness, and then I'm going to take Bertie over to Loch Ness, I think. So I thought it'd be nice to bring you guys along to Loch Ness. I have been there before, but I haven't really walked around it properly. So there's a 4-hour circular that I've found. Bert's being such a pain at the moment. He's not, he's just being, he just likes to be the centre of attention. Yeah, there's a 4-hour circular that I have found. So I'm going to park at a place called Foyers and do the circular, have a look at Loch Ness, and yeah, I'll bring you guys along for the ride.
Morning. It is very cold. I didn't realise quite how cold it was. But after, let me check I'm in focus. After a couple of, it's been such grey, miserable February weather. And I've been in a bit of a funk, if I'm honest. You know, it just creeps up out of nowhere. Well, I say out of nowhere. I think last week took its toll on me a bit more than I was expecting. And, you know, you just have one of those weeks. I've got to get my hair cut. I'm so fed up of fiddling with it. So yeah, I think last week took its toll a bit more than I was expecting, and also, don't know if anyone buys into this, I do quite a lot these days actually. It's full moon last night, and I was just in such funk, but I woke up this morning feeling loads better and decided to take that off on a walk. I had to go to Inverness to drop some running shoes back that just weren't the right fit for me in the end. So I did that, and I've just come over to Loch Ness, and it's about an hour and a half away from us, but obviously stopped in Inverness on the way, and I'm going to do, it's about a 4-hour walk I think, if we do it all. I want to try and do a run within it, which is a bit brave, but we'll see. But it is stunning. The sun's out. I don't know if you can hear the birds. We're going to stop now because I said that. But before the weather got really miserable, it had been amazing. So sunny. It was like it was like spring had sprung. But it's cold. My hands are cold. I'm so glad I brought gloves. So yeah, I will bring you along on our walk. It looks glorious. Glorious. So hopefully, yeah, we'll get some good scenery. Trees. Such a beautiful day. I am keen to get above the tree line and try and get some sunshine. I'm so puffed out for my run still. Shame about the cable lines above, but I've just come out into an opening and look at this. We are the only people here. I hope this is doing this justice. I'm not convinced it will be. I think I'm going to become one of those people that's going to have to get loads of cameras. I definitely need a drone. It's almost sacrilege not having a drone. This is so beautiful. You can see the stream going down there. Even though it's been felled, it's
I kind of like it. It's a different kind of scenery. I spend so much time in the woods at home, which I love, but it obviously does get a bit dark at times. So it's nice to come out into the sun, especially after winter. Oh, what a day. It's like beautifully chilly now. Am I too zoomed in? Hang on. Little waterfall trickling down. I don't like doing this normally, but I don't think there's anyone living there at the moment. Look at this house. Look at their little lake with their little pontoon. And then, can you see in the background the mountains? What a spot. My gosh, this is spectacular. I did just have a little cry. There's just days where I'm like, oh yeah, I live in Scotland. I made this happen, didn't I? Today's one of those days. Stunning. This way, Pops. Going this way. Am I the only person that has a weird appreciation for stuff like this? I mean, firstly, we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and then you come across a really nice signpost. But it's a really nice signpost. Really well made. I just like it when people do a decent job on things. I don't really feel like it's always the case these days. Oh, I sound so old. Look. So I feel like I'm in America or Canada or somewhere. Bert's having the time of his life. He's so good. And I was saying the other day about, was it in the last vlog? I think it was. Look at me sounding like a vlogger. I was a bit worried about his eyes and stuff. But in general, his health is so good. He's going to be 8 this summer, which isn't old. But I'm just so keen to keep him going as long as I can. Unless he'll be the standard. He'll be off in front, trotting along, and he'll easily do like a good 4-hour, 5-hour walk. And then kind of get home and look at me as if to say, oh, are we doing an evening walk? At which point I'm pretty tired. But yeah, I'm so pleased he's in good health. Just hope, oh, nice. Hope it stays that way. Moving forward. You could do with a good haircut, mind, but I'm trying to buff up on my skills when it comes to his haircuts. This looks like 10% of how amazing it is. And I hope you'll get some kind of idea of what an incredible view this is. This is Loch Ness. I just had a bit of a cry. I can't get over it. You know when you like read books and stuff as a kid? It's Bertie. You build up a picture of what you think somewhere's going to be like. I've been to Loch Ness before. I've driven around it, but I've not walked around it. You can't see. I haven't got to get a better camera. Damn it. I only just bought this one. Can you see those mountains out in the background? You can just about hear the road, but it's so peaceful. Phenomenal. Loch Ness. Don't know if you can see. Is that a cormorant? Do cormorants live on lochs? Anyway, there's something out on the pontoon there in the sunshine. Oh, it's nice to get a dose of water. Although I live by the river. No, that's not true. The river does do. Whoa. That's close up. Hang on.
I'll edit that bit out. Yeah, living by the river is incredible. I've never lived so close to water. I did almost go to the sea today, but I'm so glad I didn't. I came here instead. It was so beautiful. Just literally heading back to the car now. I came off the trail. I always do. I just enjoy where I am and my surroundings. And then I looked and was like, okay, should have gone up there, but instead I came across, which I'm glad I did because the view over Loch Ness was phenomenal. Excuse me. Hoping as spring hits I'll be less sniffly. And yeah, so that was like a 2 and 3/4 hour walk. I feel like I've been walking for like an hour. I've done like 10.5k or something. So that's good, but my tummy is rumbling now. I need to go and get some food, so we're going to hop back in the car. I'll give Bert his dentist stick that I bought with me because he didn't eat his breakfast in time this morning before I left the house. And then, yeah, go do a food shop, get some food in me. And then probably head back to the bothy, although it's the most beautiful day. I might just stick out for a bit, go for another drive somewhere. Maybe I might go to the sea. It's just like that, isn't it? When you've had a couple of days of miserable weather, when it comes back at the sunshine, I just feel like you want to make every moment of it. And as much as I adore the bothy, it's my favourite place, it's quite dark inside. Although, yeah, the extension gets lots of light, but I don't sit in the extension. Maybe I could get a little chair out there in the spring and some plants. But yeah, I just want to be outside all the time when it's good weather. As long as it's dry. I mean, even when it's wet, I don't mind as much. But yeah, why would you not? Like, the scenery, I don't think I'll ever get over it. Just this weird, where we parked, look, this weird like boatyard place. This big old motor yacht behind me. Reminds me of Cornwall. Used to work on in a yacht harbour and kind of grew up around boats. So I do love seeing boats out and about. Oh, there's a little pontoon down here. I'll go down here. So yeah, we've just got back from Loch Ness. Had the most amazing day. It was just shows like if you're feeling like you're in a bit of a funk, that you just need to get out in nature. I mean, we're in it all the time, but sometimes a change of scenery just helps mix it up, doesn't it? So yeah, we did our circular walk, which is incredible. I did a little run in it, which took me a while to recover from. It's not my usual activity level, but hopefully I'll carry on that trajectory. That's a big word. And
yeah, so we did our walk, got back to the car, and it was just such a beautiful day that I thought, I'm not gonna rush home. So we kind of drove down towards Fort Augustus. And, well, first of all, we stumbled across this amazing cafe. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I'll put the name in the video when I put the edit together. And I just missed lunch and I hadn't eaten yet. So I had a very nice piece of cake. What was it? Like raspberry and pistachio or something. Delicious. And a cup of tea, and sat next to the log burner, and there were families and walkers and lots of people milling around. And then outside they had what I guess they must have been injured at some point, a couple of deer in an enclosure. They didn't look in the best shape, and I think they were being cared for by them to get them back up and healthy. And there was this lovely little boy feeding them. It was very cute. And then I just looked across, and there's eagles flying across overhead. Just stunning. Absolutely beautiful. So I did that, and then I jumped in the car again, like I said, and headed towards Fort Augustus. And the road that I was on, again, I can't remember what it's called, but was just beautiful. The scenery was phenomenal. I took a couple of rubbish photos. I think that's all I managed to get. But I pulled up at one kind of lookout point, and this other car had done the same, this big truck, and this woman was taking footage and photos. And she shouted over to me, she said, if you go down the road, she's literally 2 minutes, there's about 30 stags just lying in the sunshine on the hill. I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, seriously, just head down and pull over. It's incredible. And I hadn't seen any stags yet since I have moved here. I saw a deer one day on a walk that we were doing locally. And I've seen deers in fields as I've been driving along. But actual stags fairly close up is something I had yet to see. So I pulled up, and there they were. There were kind of a couple of pairs rutting. I guess spring's coming. So they were getting their antlers together. And then they were just bathing in the sunshine. So it was incredible. So we sat there and looked at them for a few minutes. And then, drove all the way down to Fort Augustus. And it's quite busy there because it's quite a popular spot. And then drove up the other side of Loch Ness and came home. So it was, all in all, a brilliant day. Forever grateful and thankful, and hope that just comes across in these videos, that I don't mean it in a smug way whatsoever, but that I'm just in awe of where we are and feel very lucky to have got here. So I'm probably going to leave the vlog there for today. But yeah, thanks for bearing with me. I am not really finding myself getting into the rhythm of this as quickly as I thought I would. What with having to go back to England unexpectedly and things, the start of 2025 has maybe not been what I was expecting, but I feel good now that that's kind of the stuff that's been going on has kind of happened, and can kind of move forward with the year. So I'm sorry, birds. Getting upset with the birds. Why are you getting upset with the birds? They're always there. Got a little bird feeder on the window, and we have quite a lot. To be fair, I call him the pesky pigeon. It's a tiny bird feeder. I think I might have put a clip in on a previous vlog with the intention of attracting blue tits and robins, and which is what we've got. And I've got quite a lot of sparrows. They're a bit bolshy. But then we've got this one pesky pigeon. And that's what I call him, pesky pigeon. And he's so annoying. He's way too big for the bird feeder. And he kind of comes along and he looks a bit dopey. And 1, he scares all the little birds away. 2, he sits on my car, which is super annoying. And 3, he's just too big. And he kind of sits on the windowsill and tries to get in. Hang on, Bert, 2 minutes. Anyway, Bert's getting annoyed with the pesky pigeon. But yes, I'm going to leave the vlog there before I ramble on anymore. But honestly, that was disgusting. Sorry, that was Bert clearing his throat. I just can't. He's hilarious. Don't know what's wrong with him. Anyway, he's gone now. Yeah, I'm going to leave the vlog there. But yeah, I am hoping I'll get him more into a rhythm now that I can start. I'm going to be starting work soon, which is super exciting. And everything just feels a bit more real, I guess. I think spring feels like it's on its way. And the winter's been amazing. But I've fully been hibernating and was spending so much energy on trying to find the job that I would want to do, which I've now done, and that's all been confirmed, which is fantastic. And yeah, going back to England was also taking a lot of my energy. I didn't really quite realise. So long story short, I hope I'm going to be able to get into a rhythm with actually doing videos and editing them in time to try and get them out weekly. So hopefully some of you will enjoy that. For the ones of you that have subscribed and things, thank you so much. I really can't say how much it means. It's a really positive thing. I feel like there's this sense of community that I have really appreciated. I got an amazing message from someone the other day that was in the US, which just blew my tiny mind. So thank you so much to them. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, if you have enjoyed even part of this, then it makes a real difference in terms of egging me on to keep going. So I'm going to stop talking. I've got to stop talking. But yeah, thank you so much. And like and subscribe. I sound like a vlogger. And we'll see you next week.